What's up, guys? Today we're going to be playing Seduce Me. So, as you know, we've already played this about 4 or 5 times. 5 times, because I did 2 episodes in one. So, this is James. Obviously, they're all sexual demons. So they are sex demons, in other words, and they feed on the sexuality of humans. Do you get it? So, last time we ended off with these demons came into our house, and just came back from a funeral. And we had a fight with our father. So that's what happened over the course of about 3-4 episodes. Okay, so let's get into it. So I don't need to be fun, Eric. Miss, please follow me. I didn't know what came over me, whether it was his politeness or maybe his power, but I couldn't help but take his offered arm. James seems very kind and intelligent, but aside from that, there wasn't something that sets him apart from his brothers. Not to mention, he didn't really seem to hold much appreciation for them. Yes, I have to ask, why do you live alone? Oh, well, it's a long story. I'm all ears if you wish to tell. Sure. To put it briefly, I just moved here today. That explains the luggage you brought in when you came through the front doors. By the way, we put your belongings in your rooms where you were sleeping in. That seems to be the master bedroom, I believe. Thanks. This house is really big. I don't even think I explored the entirety of the estate when I was a child. You lived here before? No, truth be told, this is my grandfather's house. I used to visit him all the time here when I was younger. May I ask why you live in your grandfather's house now? He actually passed away yesterday. It was word to me in his will, and I was sent to live here, whether I liked it or not. My condolences. It seems you don't like the idea of living here. It's not that I just don't like this house. Or that I don't have any fond memories of being here. It's just that come with staying here at this estate. It's kind of complicated to explain. How do you feel about it? Damn. I certainly wasn't expecting that question, but in a good way. It was different from what I had heard the entire day at school. I appreciated the fact that he was willing to listen. I feel angry, sad, scared, and confused. It's hard picking out the different emotions that I'm feeling right now. I wish I was stronger. You don't have to be strong. What do you mean? I understand that you're going through a difficult time, so it's okay to feel these emotions. You don't have to be strong at all. Thank you. Are you alright? There seems to be a small bruise on your cheek. That word, oh my god. He caught me off guard with that comment that I thought no one would have noticed something as small as that. Oh, I'm fine. He stopped and leaned in a bit close, a bit too close for comfort. Or maybe it was just me inspecting my face. He was really quite tall, having to bend over so much to look at me just in the face, straight in the face. It was hard to look at him, especially when he was so close. After a few seconds, he straightened up and began walking again. Well, if you're having any problems, I'm always here to listen. That's really kind of you to offer that. My pleasure. Here's your seat. Let me get my chair for you, lovely lady. Let me get your chair for you. Fucking hell, I can't read today. Let me get your chair for you, lovely lady. Oh, Eric was very charming, and his smile pulled at my heart. The way he kept flirting with me definitely designated him as the charm of the demons, yet there was a little distance in his eyes. By the way, I apologize for my behavior earlier, stealing your second kiss like that. Huh? Oh yeah, when I didn't believe that they were incubi. It's fine, I guess. I mean, you didn't just get up and go a kiss for no reason. I'm not as forward, unlike Sam. Suddenly Eric leaned in and whispered in my ear. I won't lie though, I enjoy kissing and you melt in my arms. I was torn between smacking him and trying to play it cool. Smack him. Ah! It's going to sting. There. Language. Sorry, I panicked. No, I was expecting that. I drew my attention back to the dishes. I was both intrigued and slightly scared by the amount of food they made. Seeing my expression, Eric leaned forward and proudly smiled, gesturing to all the dishes with a dramatic sweep of his arm. I made almost all the dishes all by myself. Humorously enough, Matthew looked at him with a shocked expression, as if he was betrayed. His face changed instantly to that of a frown. And I'm the Queen of Nile! What's that supposed to mean? Me, you, and James did all the work, dummy. It's you, James, and I, Matthew. Little boys always make mistakes. Matthew looked at James in disbelief, probably for siding with Eric, and he annoyedly swiveled back to Eric to confront him. I am not a little boy. I'm barely a year younger than you. Well, you certainly don't act like it. Ha 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 ha. I couldn't really help but laugh. Matthew seemed very much like a little kid. He was adorable. However, I couldn't help feel like, in a way, that he was much more mature than others, especially Eric. Huh? Is something funny? Haha, no, not at all. Thank you for the meal, all of you. Oh, haha, you're welcome, miss. Well, such a well-mannered young lady, beautiful inside and out. Eric, knock it off! In agreement with Matthew, Sam cocked his head up and glared at Eric. Seriously, you're getting really annoying with that stuck-up act. It was obvious that Sam was the bad boy of the group. He had this big tough act, and it was obvious for him that he was physically stronger than the rest of the guys, but was there more to him than that? I'm just trying to be a gentleman. This young girl has already gone through enough, so much. She deserves a good treatment. There's a difference between being a gentleman and being an obnoxious flirt. Ha, schooled even by James. You're going to need some cold water for that burn. By the way, I don't believe we caught your name, even though you know each of us. I'm Monica-chan. It's a pleasure to finally know your name. Yeah, that's a nice name. They were all comfortable around me, despite the awkward situation we were in, as if it was neutral for them to be around humans. I guess that's how Incubi worked. I was still curious about one thing. Excuse me. All at once they looked at me. I didn't know why, but having them all look at me made me feel kind of important, like a queen or something. Is it, miss? I wanted to thank you for the food. But I still don't know why you all came here. I don't feel like I quite understand. Understand, yeah, like being told a bunch of Incubi randomly appearing in your house was perfectly understandable. Oh, how do we explain? We were attacked, we came into Hill. What's so difficult to understand? Now you're just being rude, Sam. I'm just saying, how difficult is it to understand? No, I mean, what specifically happened? Well, you see, we've been travelling around for quite some time now. Just recently we came into town, and we were jumped by this band of misfits. So in order to escape and heal, we came here for shelter. Again, we apologise for the mess we made. It's fine. I guess so you're all better now, right? Yep, all thanks to you. Huh? Me? You see, beautiful. You see, beautiful. We feel sexual energy, but we just don't get it. But we don't get it. We just don't get it. But we just don't get it from. But we don't just get it from kissing of lovely ladies such as yourself. We can simply touch someone's hand to obtain sexual energy. Everyone carries sexual energy, you know. I was still in shock about their powers. It wasn't just kisses that gave them power. It was anything physical. No wonder I was out for a while. These incubi intrigued me, but at the same time I could almost hear a warning siren going off in my head. Is there anything else you wish to know? Well, what do you all plan to do now? Yeah, what are we going to do now, James? That's a very good question. We just got here, and surely we'll be hunted if we leave. We could take them easily. Not without more training, Sam. The result of clearly evident in our last encounter with them. At that moment, I didn't know what came after them. I suddenly felt sorry for them. They couldn't possibly survive out there. If they didn't know it was illegal to break into people's homes, they probably didn't know a bunch of other stuff. They would probably cause chaos all over town. Or on the flip side, they could be taken in for questioning and be poked and prodded around like lab frogs for research. That was even worse. But most of all, they reminded me of back then. I was standing alone in the entire classroom, filled with laughter and chatter, but I stood in the mist. I don't know, quiet and alone. It was strange seeing the whole world pass in front of me, such a vibrancy, all while I stood there. Or on the plus side, I wasn't engaged in any dramas that might have hours in, like scribbling on someone's paper or for revenge or kicking someone too hard. It was nice. It was kind of nice just standing back and watching things pass by and life go on. I had long before convinced myself that I preferred living alone. I often said to myself in encouragement, "Yeah, I want to be alone. There's no one like better than me, so I ought to spend more time with myself." Words, 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 words. Monica-chan, is that you? I looked up and saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious whoever it is talking to me knew who I was. I had the opportunity to help them, though would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if it was the best idea. After all, 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the original living arrangement I imagined when I first moved in. There was no matter of making sure no one found out their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. Oops. Don't worry too much about it. You've plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well. You could. What was that, lovely lady? That is, spit it out already! You could stay here with me you could stay here with me if you'd like. As soon as I finished my sentence, the room became still. I'm not sure what went through their heads from my words. The silence in the air cut like a knife until I finally spoke up once more. It seemed like you all needed a place to stay, and well, I just moved into this giant house, so it seemed like it made sense. It was still quiet in the room. I decided to keep talking. If you would like to stay here, though, there are 2 things that all of you need to follow. Yes? First of all, you can't use any of your powers or deliberately do something like that to harm me or any guest that comes over. Well, save your enemies, but you get the drift. That sounds reasonable. Second, you have to help me with any errands around the house. This place is kind of big, so yeah. That is a generous offer, miss. You were okay. We don't wish to burden any of you any more than we already have. It's alright, I just started living here myself, so I would appreciate some help around the house. A wonderful idea. We'll live here and train help while helping you with the house. Servants for the lovely princess. Are you serious?